You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Holiday edition of the Cabral Concept, where I will be going through some of my favorite healthy holiday gift ideas for the season. This is the third year running. I'm going to update the list. So every single thing I mention here today are things that I use personally, I recommend for friends, for family, and in my private practice as well. So I want to share these things with you. Many of them, as I started to review my list from last year, I had forgotten about that I hadn't thought about as much, and I want to start to bring back into my life a little bit more. So one of my goals with the Cabral Concept is to try to share health in a way that's exciting, that you can get pumped up about in the morning to actually say, I want to live a healthy day. And when I say that I want to live a healthy day, it's because, here's the thing, health by itself means very little. But it's when you don't have health that you recognize it. So it's like you don't really worry about your back health that much, but if you've ever had back pain before, it's all you could think about. And you say, I need to get rid of this back pain. I need to get rid of this back pain. Well, it's the same with being 50 pounds overweight. It's the same with suffering from an autoimmune issue or migraines or allergies or digestive issues. It's all the same. So what I want people to do is understand we can heal. We will heal, but let's also, when we do that, bring more people into our healthy-based community. So that's why we offer and run the free Facebook group, and we try to get these labs to people all over the world, and we try to share this message every day on the Cabral Concept so that no matter where people are at, doesn't matter where they're at, we can start to invite them into our world just a little bit. Some of these healthy holiday gift ideas do exactly that. I mean, that's what they do. So when you present someone with let's just say a salt lamp, they'd be like, what am I going to do with this? But you put it in your house, has this beautiful glow to it, whether it emits thousands or millions of negative ions to help with the toxins in your environment, maybe not. Is it one nice thing that starts to work people into our healthy healing community? Yes, because then they could take the next step. What would the next step be? Well, maybe putting a shower filter on so that they're not breathing in all of that chlorine gas into their lungs every time they take a hot shower. So I'm going to get into a lot of these things today, and some of them are going to be investments for yourself as well. Maybe you're like, okay, maybe it's time for me to upgrade my mattress. And you heard me talk a couple of months ago about the upgraded mattress that I just purchased. And of course, I shared that brand with you. Why? Well, because I've purchased the super expensive mattresses before, and I've seen how they don't wear as well. And then I found a brand that is about 3 to 5 times less. And they're kind of like Equilibrium Nutrition. They just don't spend a lot of money on marketing, and they don't spend a lot of money advertising. And so what do? Well, you kind of put that money then back into savings for your customers. And so anyway, those are a lot of things that I want to share with you. I'm pretty excited because this list is, again, I've been doing this now 3 years running, maybe even 4. And that was before I had an email list, and still do for many, many years. And I've been updating that on my email list. So regardless, what I want to do is I want to share that with you today. I was reading over and I was excited because a few of these things I had actually forgotten about. 2019 was a long year. It's 12 months, 365 days or so. So what I want to do is I want to start to go over those with you today. I've broken them down by inexpensive, maybe stocking stuffers, $10, under $30. Then I have a $50 to $100 category. I have a $100 category. I have a $250 to $500, and then I have a $500 plus, where they're going to be a little bit more expensive. And I don't know, maybe that's something that you and your spouse decide to go in together and you purchase together, and you say, okay, instead of doing Christmas gifts, we do this. Whatever works for you. I mean, my wife and I are doing something like that this year, where just to let you know, it's not going to be a surprise to her. We're actually just going to do like a self-care day, like a spa day, which is we're super excited about. So there's this local spa not too far away, and they have an amazing hot pool. They have a cold plunge. They have a dry sauna, great Ayurvedic, well, not quite Ayurvedic massage. They don't bill it as that, but more of a lymphatic-based massage. So we can do all of those things. We can get a babysitter for the day. It's going to be great. So anyway, that's what we're doing. Something nice, right? So that's for our health. Will it last a day? Yes, but those things carry over. That's what it's all about, right? It's going to be a nice, relaxing day, and those health benefits continue to carry over. So without further ado, let's dive into the list. I'm actually super excited about this because, again, these are things I haven't talked about in quite some time. So I'm going to link up everything today. Every single product I talk about, I will make sure my team and I link to it. So you'll know exactly the one that I'm talking about. So that's at stephencabral.com/1399. If you head over there now, then you'll see all the links as I'm talking about it. stephencabral.com/1399. And I'm also going to call out the new ones for this year. So that will allow me to say, okay, this was 2018, still believe in it. Okay, these are for 2019. And that's the funny thing. Like, I have upgrades on these lists, but that doesn't mean the ones I recommended last year were bad. It just means that we as humans and we as a culture, we evolve, we create new things, and we're always trying to better our best. And I hope that you are as well, that you're not staying stagnant, that you are bettering your best. Okay, so let's dive into the show. So under $30 gifts, I have a bunch for you, and a lot of them are more of those everyday healthy habit and routine type things. So the first one is this, a nice dry brush. So a good spa-based dry brush. Now, there's a dry brush you can use for your body, and there's a dry brush that you can actually use for your neck and face. That one's a little softer, so there's going to be less abrasion on the face. Or you can use the raw silk or nylon gloves that come with it, and you can give yourself a self-massage. Now, dry brush is absolutely amazing. Yes, you can use it for exfoliation, but honestly, the dry brush is meant to move that lymphatic system. Just about 1 to 3 inches is all that pressure that you need. And if you want updates on any of these things today, I've done a show pretty much on every single one of them. So you can just head over to stephencabral.com/podcasts and just type in dry brush or dry brushing, and you'll find previous shows on that. Now, if you can never find the podcast that you're looking for, there are 1,399, you can always go to cabralsupportgroup.com and just ask, like, listen, I'm looking for this podcast. Could you help me find it? And no doubt about it, my coaches and our community are going to help you find that podcast. And that's going to be 20 minutes, 25 minutes on that topic. So that's a great one. Another great one is this. If you're not able to even afford a dry brush, you can always get some organic sesame oil, and you can use give yourself a nice massage the same way as dry brushing. Super effective, and that is called Ayurvedic Abhyanga. So really, really nice. Another one is this. Get someone a really nice Epsom salt gift basket, or make your own. So buy a gift basket, put some tissue paper in there or so, non-bleached, of course. And then you can put a bag of Epsom salt in there, maybe a nice little wood, like an olive wood scooper, something like that. And then you can put the dry brush set in there as well. Take it out of the packaging, place it really nicely. And that would be a beautiful bathroom spa-based kit. That's a really great idea. And I know that a lot of people in your life would love those things. Maybe even put in a little bit of essential oil, some lavender essential oil or whatever lavender is pretty neutral, so most people will like that. Eucalyptus is a great one if you have sinus congestion. So you can make a really nice gift basket out of that. Okay, so the next one is this. And this would be just little stocking stuffers, tongue scraper. Now, I know that sounds kind of strange, but it's a conversation piece for sure. And if it's for a husband, a spouse, a sibling, and they're trying to get into it, like, oh, what is that for? Well, it actually helps to wake up the digestive system. It helps to scrape the bacteria over the tongue. So I'm not going to go too deep on each one of these because I do want to respect your time today, but that can be a great one. Blue blockers. We're one of the only companies that buys direct and can get you a pair of high-quality blue blockers for under $30. And again, we'll link those up. Why are blue blockers great? Well, it helps you cut down on the cortisol production at night from all bright lights, whether it's from TV, your phone, your laptop, whatever it might be. You put on a pair of blue blockers, and it's going to cut that blue light, which will allow you to naturally then lower cortisol levels and increase your own levels of, I'm going to say magnesium. Magnesium does help at night, but your own levels of melatonin at night. Okay. Another one I did talk about was a Himalayan sea salt lamp or a Himalayan salt lamp. We have Himalayan salt lamps in basically every room in our house. We really do. So in our condo in Boston, we love salt lamps. We turn them on at night and even during the day, but they glow at night. They're these beautiful things. It's what we have in our daughter's room as they're falling asleep, just this very light glow. And you can dim them. So you can make them bright or very, very dim. It's really soothing, doesn't emit all of that blue light. Really, really nice if you've never seen those before. Okay, another one is a shower or bath filter. So these are, in my opinion, these are all the things that I'm naming are just must-haves. They really are. So they're must-haves. So you can't be bombarded by all of the toxins that are in your shower that are coming out of that water. You can't. You wouldn't drink it. Don't put it on your skin. It's not good for your hair. There's chlorine in it. There's fluoride in it. The chlorine turns to a gas and a steam, which is a hot shower. And then you breathe it in through your nostrils or your mouth. It goes into your lungs. Those chlorine gas molecules then move right through the alveoli in the lungs, and they go through the bronchial tubes, and they go right into your bloodstream. I mean, that's what they do, right? Your lungs are helping to oxygenate your blood. Well, it goes right into your blood. And then what happens is now you have chlorine gas vapors in your blood. Those are free radicals. They can damage all of the sensitive tissues in the body. And of course, you have to detox and break down chlorine. So super simple. You don't need to bring in a plumber to install this. You know, every 6 months I could see my wife's great at this. I mean, she really is. I see her in the bathroom unscrewing the shower head. I'm like, oh, is it already time to switch the filter? And she's like, yep. And you'll know too, the water will start to come out a little less strong once the filter gets pretty much all clogged up with all of the hard minerals and things like that in the water. So really, really nice. Again, probably $20 to $30. I link up a bunch of shower filters for you to find the right one for your shower. And then the bath filter we use for my daughters is also linked up as well. Okay, another one. I mean, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the rain barrel effect. All profits go to charity. It's a really nice, we have a great charity. I don't talk about it too often, but we've been basically donating to a foundation called Vitamin Angels for quite some time. They've helped over 37 million women and children around the world in developing nations to get the vitamins that they need to prevent birth defects, miscarriages, malnutrition. So it's something that we're grateful we're in the position to be able to do this. And so a percentage of sales from way back when I started online, every single year went right to Vitamin Angels, and we're now one of their bigger corporate sponsors. So again, we're happy to be linked up with them. They do great work. It's a nonprofit, and all of the donations for the Rain Barrel Effect go to charity as well. But that's one nice thing. But really, the reason I want people to read the Rain Barrel Effect is to get them into understanding about their health, wellness, and overall longevity. But what I'd also say is pick any book. I talk about books all the time on my Friday reviews, but also pick audio. If you know someone commutes in their car for a half hour each way or an hour each way or an hour and a half each way like I used to do back in the day, get them some audiobooks. Get them Zig Ziglar. Get them Jim Rohn. Get them Tony Robbins. Get them something to motivate them and inspire them. And then go from there. Again, sky's the limit for what you can get for people. Okay. So now we're going to get into our $100 range, 50 to 100. So the first thing I want to mention is this. We just developed, and I want to link this up for you, so I'm going to actually make a note right now. So I'm making a note of the separate dry brush, and I'm making a note of the lifestyle bundle. So we just created a beautiful die-cut box. It's this big box, and you get the blue blockers, you get the dry brush set, you get the copper tongue scraper, you get the 4-in-1, that's another one for under $30, the 4-in-1 Pro Stack bottle for your 3 compartments in the Pro Stack shaker bottle, and then the hidden vitamin compartment. So you get 5 different things all in one lifestyle bundle. So the blue blockers, the tongue scraper, the 4-in-1 shaker, the dry brush, and I almost forgot the vitamin pill container that I use every single day and I use in my practice and have been using in my practice now I switched over to this one in 2012, so now it's been over 7 years. So you get all of that, and all you have to do is just gift wrap it. It's beautiful, really nice, and will definitely make a splash. And that is now, usually it's $99 for a bundle for all of those, which is an amazing deal. Right now, through this week, it's $89 and includes the die-cut box. It's pretty fantastic. Usually the price is $120 on that. Okay. So up next for our $50 to $100 range is you get a water pitcher for someone. The Therasage pitcher is really nice. The Zero can be good. And then what I would also say is you could look at a lower, less expensive EMF meter. So people can say, oh, EMFs really are a real thing. Look at this, all around the house, right next to my bed. My head's right next to an outlet. You can have them check it out. So that's the Metric one. And then the one that's $120 I'll be going over next is the Tri-Field. So I link both of those up for you. I like both. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with either one. The Tri-Field is just a little bit more robust. It will show you the standard frequency response. It will show you a weighted response, which is typically what I look at. And then it looks at other like higher end radio frequencies. So you can actually test it on 3 different levels. Pretty amazing. I use that all the time for all of my biometric based devices. Like I'd say, okay, should I be wearing this Oura Ring, which I'll be talking about in a little bit? Well, it depends. Is there a lot of EMFs? Because if there is, I'm not going to wear it. So, that's that. Okay, next up, I want to go over, these are things that I love to give. Gift certificates for a massage. If someone won't buy a massage for themselves, give them a gift certificate for a massage. Really great thing. Or a personal training session. Really nice one, right? So I try to gift those things. Hey, just maybe get set up for 2 sessions with a personal trainer. They'll do an assessment. They'll set you with the program. You can then take it on your own. Another great one, reflexology. So if people have never done reflexology before, they can absolutely get a gift certificate for that. Cranial sacral therapy, acupuncture, maybe a float tank. That's another one this year that I've been talking about. Some float tank or maybe some infrared sauna. So you buy them a package, maybe get them 3 infrared sauna for under $100. These are all things that you can look at and make for really nice gifts. What we love to do too is just say, hey, what about making a smoothie every morning? Here is your daily fruit and vegetable blend, and here is your daily nutritional support. Just get them into doing something that will last them, and that lasts a month, that you can start to get them into that healthy habit. Or a detox. Buy someone functional medicine detox. Just say, listen, I know you might not do this on your own. You might not purchase on your own. Why don't you do it with me? I'm going to start the second Monday in January. We're going to do it as a community. Let's do this together. Here's yours. I just got mine. One of those things. Another nice one. Now, this could be under $50, but an essential oil diffuser. So at night, one of my favorite ones is we'll put in a little bit of mint essential oil. It's super soothing, super calming at night. We'll do all sorts of essential oils, but essential oil diffuser, absolutely fantastic. Again, one of my favorites, the wake light. Someone that wakes up groggy. If your partner wakes up groggy, sibling, friend, get them to use a wake light. All it is this device that gets brighter every minute for 30 minutes. And if the person doesn't wake up naturally with the light, what happens is birds start to chirp a little bit. It's really nice, really soothing, absolutely amazing. So check that out, called the Wake Light. All right, another one. Home delivery service for meals. So there's a great one. I talked about it last year. There's a lot now. Honestly, there's so many now. But one that I named before, and I'll just name it today, and then you can kind of look at its competitors if you want. But it's Sunbasket. Sunbasket can provide you with organic-based meals. They actually have wild salmon and things like that. They deliver all the ingredients to your home. You basically assemble it, which takes about 10 minutes. You pop it in the oven. It's done in 30 minutes, and it includes everything that you need for that meal. I think the only things they don't add in there or maybe some like sea salt and some pepper if you wanted to add that. That's about it. Everything then is included with that. Another one that I love to talk about, group exercise class together, or maybe like a month of kickboxing together classes, or even something like a cooking class with a friend, or a cooking class with your mom, like whatever it might be. You can give these great gifts and ideas for healthy cooking classes, or it might even be taking a painting class together, right? It could be anything that gets you to spend more time with your loved ones. All right, let's see if I have anything on my updated new list. And I do. So actually, these are over $100 now. Okay, so those were $50 to $100 gifts. Let's get into the over $100. So one of my favorites, the one that we use in my house, is the Berkey water filter. We take all of the tap water and we just use our blender. I'll be talking about that in a minute, and just dump it into that Berkey. So the Berkey allows us to filter our water. We don't want to end up finding out 5 years from now that we had, oh, sorry, we didn't tell you, but you had lead in your water. No, we're going to filter that and make sure that my 2 girls, my wife and myself, and my dog gets filtered water. Why not, right? He's part of the family. Why wouldn't I want him to not drink fluoride and to not drink chlorine? Of course. So he it gets filtered water as well. And I have the 2.25 gallon. It's great for our space in our house. You can get any size that you want. They make smaller ones, they make larger ones. So the next one I was talking about is the Tri-Field EMF meter. Absolutely fantastic. Check the EMFs around your house. Blenders, I mean, they're $100 and up. You never know, like you could get a really expensive one or you can get a less expensive one. For things that I use daily, I go with the higher end. I just save the money and then I spend it, on those things. You make the investment. So for a blender, what I do is I actually have two. So I have one in Boston and then we have one in Maine. So I actually have a BlendTech in Boston. Why do I love the BlendTech? Well, I press the smoothie button and it's actually perfect. It makes a perfect smoothie and it does it automatically in the smoothie mode. But the Vitamix in Maine, where we're there more for the warmer weather, it makes better smoothie bowls because we can do it at a low speed, chop it up, grind it up, and it makes great smoothie bowls. So the Vitamix, no doubt, is more powerful, but nothing wrong with the BlendTech either. And then I did a whole podcast on episode 279 of the best blenders. They still stand to this day. You can get a great Ninja blender for about $99. So really, really great. Juicers, I've been using the Omega Vert juicer for a million years, not quite a million, but I've been using the Omega Vert forever. You can get less expensive juicers. I like the single auger because it really squeezes everything out of your veggies. Okay, I wrote down you can get all sorts of different, let's put it this way, all sorts of different protocols. Daily foundational protocol that I use, you can use level 1, you could use level 2, and it gets people a little bit deeper into their health. You probably know about that. The Muse headband, I talked about that last year, the Muse meditation headband. If you want to gamify meditation, if you want to get people practicing their meditation and get deeper, it's a lot of fun. It's kind of nice to use. It's a lot of fun. The Chi machine, I talked about that. Just something interesting, again, for the person that has every health gadget, they may not have a Chi machine. And so what I do is I'll lie down on this acupressure mat. Why don't I link that up? That's a less expensive one, acupressure mat. And then I'll put on the Chi machine, and I actually have that up in Maine, and it moves your legs from side to side. It moves the lymphatic system. You can check out my podcast I did on Chi machine. Well, I put down previously, I had the Motive Ring. Nothing wrong with the Motive Ring at all, but I use the Aura Ring now. So I want you to know that I kind of have upgraded to that Aura Ring. Really do like it. It's going to be more expensive. It's going to be in the $200 range or so. So that I talked about in episode 1260, so you can check that out. And then I would say, well, I want to jump just a little bit to the $100 to $250 range because this is kind of just, some of them are a little bit higher. I went over before on a previous show that a lot of people actually really liked, and I was happy that they liked it, and that was the Moon Pod. So basically, it's just this upgraded beanbag. So beanbags, if you can remember, if you were around in the late 80s or so, or mid 80s, they probably out before that as well, you just sink into this beanbag. Well, the Moon Pod actually allows it to be able to be a seat, great for meditation, great for relaxing. My kids love jumping on it, so it's really, really nice, and you can check that out as well. Okay, up from there would be, and this is actually under $100, but it's the Safe Sleeve. I've been using the Safe Sleeve for my iPhone for a couple years now to block EMFs for my iPhone. And Safe Sleeve, if someone sends you this podcast, we need to get a new one for the iPhone 11 Pro. They don't make one yet for the Pro, so I'm waiting for that. Hopefully it comes out soon. Okay, that was on episode 1211, I believe. I talked about the Safe Sleeve. The foot massager, if you hadn't heard about that one before, it is the True Medic foot massager. I'm going to put that in there as well. True Medic. What this does is it gives you a really nice, like I've been waiting this for a long time. You actually put your foot in and it massages on the top and bottom. It feels like a real foot massage. Pretty fantastic if you're looking to unwind. I put that in there between the $100 and $250 range. Let's see what else I have in there. Binaural beats. Binaural beats are a great one. Again, you can get under $120 or under $100 for the whole tones. It's like $50, I think, for the downloadable MP3s. Or you can go over the $250 with the Huso set that I just talked about. That's deep, rejuvenating, healing with that. All right, just a couple more that I want to bring you. Labs. Labs are a great one. They're going to be a little bit more expensive, somewhere around maybe $299 to $500. You can get people introduced to their health. A really easy one is the omega-3 test. find out your inflammation levels, find out if you aren't eating too many inflammatory fats, if you're taking the right amount of omega-3s. That's a great one. The minerals and metal test will look at all your minerals, stress levels, heavy metals. That's a great one. The starter kit is a great place to go for everybody. I mean, honestly, it looks at digestion, your vitamins, your minerals. Absolutely fantastic. Gut health. And then, of course, the big five. If you want to go big, then you'll look at the big five. All right. Couple more that I brought out this year, and that was the IQ Air. So for those people who don't know, I used to use the Allen filter, still a great one. You can check out my podcast on air filters. I give all different ranges, and I made the switch to the IQ Air because it's the best available. So like I said, when I eventually make the investment, I'm going to have it if I'm going to have this thing for 10 years, I'm going to make the investment. Because, if the air filter costs $500 or so, and I take that over 10 years, I'm like, all right, well, I'm spending $50 a year. When I look at that, it's less than it's pennies a day, and then I get a lot of value out of it. So for us, I mean, a lot of the condo we used to live in, flooded, it leaked from above, and we had mold, and we had to pull all that out. And so I'm like, listen, I'm getting the IQ Air. So we did that, and now we brought it to our new place, and so I'm very happy with the investment. It's been a great investment, and it's used in hospitals. I mean, that's how powerful it is. So if you don't know about these things, go back, check out the previous podcast. You can literally go to stevencabral.com/podcast and type in IQ AIR, and you'll find out the podcast on IQ Air. All right, I talked about the Oura Ring before. I'm a fan of it. If for nothing else, I get to look at my sleep, and it makes me go to bed earlier because it says, listen, I need to get 8 hours of sleep. I need to get 7.5 hours of sleep. So I love looking at that, and it has an airplane mode, so I know there's no EMFs. Okay, one more to go. Why don't I save the big one for last? And that is the Awara bed. That is the organic mattress that I did a full review on, and I hope that you check that out. Just go to stevencabral.com/podcast, type in AWARA, and I did a big review on that. It is the only mattress that I know where there's no glues and solvents, that it's organic wool and organic latex. It's fantastic. I mean, really. And it's now that I've had it for about 4 months or so, I can let you know, best mattress I've slept on, no doubt about it, most comfortable, and I don't have that off gas, and I don't have any of those smells, and I know it's going to hold up. So you can check that out. And again, that's a little bit of investment, but still 3 to 5 times less than a lot of the other mattresses out there. And I've slept on a lot of the other mattresses out there. So you can check that out. That was episode 1344. I'm going to link up all of the things I just mentioned. Every single one. My team's going to have a bit of work, myself. Anything we forgot, I'm also going to link up there. So if there are more items that we said, we forgot to add those as well, just head on over to stevencabral.com/1399. We'll link it all up there. I hope you are enjoying your holiday season. I appreciate you. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention, it's right here, is that this Monday, we actually have a men's holiday gift set and a women's holiday gift set coming out. The men's will be A Man's Guide to Muscle and Strength, even though it can be used for women as well. Some daily nutritional support, no doubt about it. And in the women's, we have part of a beauty-based bundle, which is really nice. And it's going to be products that you may already know about, but what they're going to be is packaged in pre-done holiday boxes with decorations on the front. Really, really nice. My team over at EquilibriumNutrition.com has done a great job. So thank you, everyone. Stay tuned tomorrow. Friday reviews. We'll be going over a couple items there as well. Hope you've had a great week. Take care. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my Health Results Accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stephencabral.com/courses.